What is up, you guys? Nemesis Entertainment here, and today I'll be telling you a story about how I got in trouble with the law. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. So, essentially, what happened was on this day, it was earlier on in the day. It was really nice. It was one of those days. It was just really nice. It was not too bad at all. The sun was shining and stuff, and it just drastically just went like really drastically just changed. Just the weather completely changed. It just went from really sunny and nice to just really crappy, dark, gloomy, just rainy, just really bad. And so during that day I was at the skate park, and back in that day we just skate all day every day for the summer and stuff like that, and we just hang out at the skate park and just make our own fun, you know. And so on that day, what we did was we just skated, and as soon as it started raining, we just hid under the ramps immediately, like, cause we didn't want to get wet or anything. And yeah, so we were just chatting under the ramps and stuff, talking, having fun and stuff under the ramps, just like going on our phones, watching some videos, trying to wait for the rain to stop and stuff. And on that day, as soon as we got out from under the ramps, since we couldn't go back on the ramps and skate because it was all wet and rainy, and I mean you can't really skate or bike on those because otherwise you're gonna like just completely eat the curb, and that's not gonna be good at all. So I don't advise you guys to just go out and skate in the rain and stuff. That's pretty dangerous. You can just slip and just crack your head open or something. But yeah, so what happened was, as soon as we got out, we decided, we're like, hey, what are we gonna do? Since we can't skate, there's really nothing else to do besides just make our own fun. So we found this bag that was just there at the skate park that nobody claimed. It was just sitting there, right? And we opened it up. We were just checking it out, and I think we found like 2 liter, like, yeah, two liters of like Hawaiian Punch or something. I'm not really endorsing any products, but like, yeah, Hawaiian Punch, and we found some like tampons and stuff, right? And so we were just like, and they weren't used, thank God, but they were fresh, and so we opened them up and we dipped them in the Kool-Aid, and there were still cars on the slippery roads driving and stuff, which, I mean, now that I think of this, was a really really messed up idea. But we just chucked them at the car windshield, and it would land and stick to the windshield, and we thought it would be funny. Um, but then, yeah, so after a few minutes, maybe like 10 minutes or like 15 minutes, I don't, that's kind of more than a few. But so after that time of our fun, apparently, what we did was, we were just gonna go get something to eat because we were kind of hungry and stuff. But so what happened was, this one kid, I'm gonna call him just Mark, right? That's not his real name, but that's what I'm gonna call him because I don't want to say his real name or anything like that. Um, so Mark, all right. So Mark, what he did was, there was this phone that was attached to this, like one of those porta potty like buildings or whatever. It was a brick building, and it was just a bathroom, public bathroom, and it was attached to it. And the phone was just completely ripped off like this dial pad thing or whatever. And the only thing that was left was just the dial pad, all right? The phone was ripped off. There was cords were just everywhere. So he was just dialing random numbers and just dialing random numbers, you know, because he thought the phone was broken, didn't think anything of it. And he ended up dialing 911. He's like, hey, yeah, should I dial 911? And then somebody was like, yeah, go for it. So what he did was he dialed 911. I think it was like 3 times, all right? 3 times. That's a lot of times to call 911. And so what happened was we went and got some food, and we were just eating at this this deli place. And as soon as we came back, we were just hanging out and stuff. We just got our stuff, got our bikes from like since we locked our bikes up to poles at the skate park, and we walked to the deli. We just got back and just got our bikes and stuff, and we were about to go home and stuff, right? And so while these 2 kids were going home, that's when this cop showed up, all right? And he was just like, he parked against the road, the slippery road or whatever, the main road, and he pulled these 2 kids over. One of them was Mark, and the other one was this other kid who was his best friend, right? And so me and this one kid Nick, we were just stuck together, and this I don't know where this other kid left. This other kid left and went somewhere else. I think there was 5 people or something in the group, and so this one kid left, and it was me, Nick, and then those 2 were pretty much with the cop. And so this kid Nick was just freaking out beyond belief. He was just like, dude, my mom is gonna find out. It's gonna completely kill me. And he was just completely freaking out. He was crying. Like, everything about him was just completely just, like, crazy. Like, he was just losing it. He was like, my life is over. He's like, I'm gonna go to jail. He was just completely crying. And I was like, dude, just chill out. Like, seriously. And so we decided to go and kind of run away from the situation. And we went into this wooded kind of area, this park area, where there was a lot of trees and stuff where we can just hide. And so I get a phone call, and it's from this kid. Well, it's from what's his name, Mark's friend. So I'm like, all right. So I answer it, and then he's like, yeah, dude, you gotta come back. And I'm just like, oh, I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna be good at all. So what happens is I'm like, yo, Nick, we gotta go back. The cop says it's nothing bad. Just gotta go talk to him. And Nick's just like completely just shaking. Just like just completely shaking at this point. He's like, dude, I don't want to go back. My life is over. And I'm just like, dude, we're going. Come with me. And he's like, fine. And then so we're walking back, all right? And so we get to the where they're at, all right? And so we go up against the fence that they're leaning up against, and we're just sitting there talking to the cop, right? And so this cop is like, what happens if this was a real situation and somebody was hurt or something? I gotta attend other real situations that people call me for. I can't be dealing with this punk kid nonsense where people call in and stuff. He's like, what you guys did was pretty messed up. But he's like, I'm going to let you guys off as a warning or whatever. And he's like, just don't do it again. And then he kind of let us off on the warning. And then, I mean, like, everything was a lot better after that. Yeah, this kid Nick went home. He was, like, still kind of crying because he was like, he thought his mom would find out somehow. I don't know. But, yeah, he was still kind of crying. What a little wimp. But, so, yeah, like, I mean, like, the cop was kind of cool about it. And he let us off with a warning, and so we all went home, and it's just kind of like a life like a life story for you guys, just like a life lesson, and you guys should probably learn from this. The one thing you should learn from this, I mean, actually, I'm going to give a few things you should learn from this, is not to call 911 unless it's a real emergency. That's the number one right there. Second is don't hang out with kids that are just, like, going to get you into trouble, because that's really not a good thing. And that could actually, a lot of bad stuff can happen out of that, which actually happened with me. I wasn't really the one doing the stuff, but I was with the people, and that's kind of what, like, made it worse than it really was, because I was lumped in with them, and, you know, it's just like one of those things that you can't avoid, you know? Once you're with those people, you're with them. So just make choices wisely, and just keep this in your mind whenever you do something stupid, and just make the best out of the situation. And just be really chill about it. Don't lie. Don't be a liar or anything. Don't run away from the police. Definitely don't do that. That's a bad situation because they're going to find you either way, and just bad stuff comes out of that. But, yeah, guys, this is one of my first videos that I'm actually doing. I'm going to have a lot more of these coming up. I'm going to do actually a lot of life stories. I have so much stuff that I've had in my past that I've had to deal with, a lot of life stories and stuff. So it's been amazing to just think back on my childhood and just all the stuff that I've had to go through and stuff. So, thank you guys for watching, and I guess I'm going to be making more videos in the future, so hopefully you guys can check them out too. If you guys like this video, rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and later.